Hi, welcome to my first ever YouTube video that I'm actually going to post. There's been like a few people, maybe like 5 over the last few years that have asked me to film a makeup video. And it's just really hard to get around to filming, but today's a snow day, so I finally sat down and did it. So this is the look I did. I tried to use a mix of high-end and low-end makeup. Basically the only thing I ever do different with my makeup is my eyes and like my highlighter and blush. Pretty much everything else is the same except for lips. But yeah, so this is the look I did. And if you want to see how I did this look, then just keep watching. So I use 2 primers for my face. I use the Tarte Poreless, mostly just because I want to run out of this. Kind of haven't been using a lot of Tarte products since the whole face tape, shape tape scandal of last year. But I already had this. So I like to put this in the areas where I have the most pores. It is called Poreless, so I just kind of put it right here. So then I move on to the Fenty, what do they even call this? Pro Filter Instant Retouch Primer. And I'm a really big fan of Fenty. I think it's nice to have a brand that, you know, everything they come out with is bomb, you know? And it's Rihanna, and like, who doesn't want to have Rihanna's makeup products? So this I put on a brush, and this is just some Morphe brush. I just kind of rub it all over my face. But that is all done, move on to foundation. So the foundations that I use are Too Faced Born This Way and the Fenty Soft Matte Longwear Foundation. So I mix them both because if you've tried the Fenty foundation before, it is very matte and it dries really quickly. So I found that mixing them makes it kind of easier to work with. I also use the Junico sponge, and wow, that's really dirty. But the good news is that the makeup doesn't absorb into the sponge as fast, which is good, especially for the Fenty foundation, because like I said, it's like dries down very quickly, and it's also like very liquidy, so it absorbs into the sponges pretty quick. I don't know why, but like talking to the camera is super weird. I think this is what's like stopped me from wanting to film a YouTube or whatever video before. Look at that coverage. See how well it matches. So if you're matching foundation, like some people match it to their like chest. I like to just match it to my neck right here because I don't like to have to blend my foundation like all the way down my neck. So if it just already matches my neck, then you don't have to do that. Okay, next we are doing contour. I feel like a lot of people ask me how to do contour, and it's like really easy, and there's like a million tutorials out there already, so I don't know why people ask me. But I use the Fenty Matchstick in the shade Amber to do cream contour. So I go along my nose and then the cheekbone, so you can kind of see where my natural cheekbone is. I don't know if you can see like the shadow, but it's like right here. It's like, you can feel on your face, it's like the hollow part. And I like to put the contour like right above that because you don't want to drag your contour down too far or it looks like muddy and weird. So I just put it right there, right there. Also, clearly I have a 5 head, so I like to contour around my hairline, try to make the illusion that I'm a normal person. I also like to do it under my chin right here. Just gets rid of that double chin. Ladies, no, nobody wants that. Okay, so some people highlight after they do contour, or like if you see pictures online, they have all the weird lines and some are lighter and some are dark. That's bullshit, you don't need that. I like to blend my contour first before I do highlight with concealer. So I have this like Morphe foundation brush thingy, and it's like really dense. And so I have another Fenty matchstick. This is kind of like for bronzing, and I like to bronze when I'm blending out my contour. So this is in the shade Mocha, and I just kind of rub it on the brush a little bit, and then like lightly blend in that contour. Can kind of like stipple it, and I'm gonna add all the Mocha first before I fully blend out that cool tone. That's another thing. So amber is a cool tone contour. So your contour is cool tone to create a shadow effect. Your bronzer is warm toned to bring warmth back into your face. So contouring and bronzing are not the same thing. So makeup lesson there. Okay, moving on to highlight. So I use the Born This Way concealer in the shade Snow. And put that right here. As you notice, I didn't blend out my nose contour because I like to blend that out when I'm blending the concealer. And then I'm going to use this sponge. It's a little sponge, and I think that helps get into these like small areas, like right there. Okay. Yay, is she coming together? I just kind of tapping the concealer basically everywhere at this point. Getting it off my sponge. Making this less harsh because apparently I went in on that. I have super oily skin, so next is powdering the whole face. So I use the Peach Perfect Too Faced powder, except I split it into 2 containers, so one from an old powder that I had, and then I mixed it with baby powder. This is weird, I know, but I have always used, basically like since I was in middle school, baby powder to powder my face because that's how oily I am, and baby powder is like really good at like absorbing oils because that's what it's meant to do. But or absorbing wetness, I don't know, it's gross, but it works on your face, and I've had no problems. So since I do like the peach powder, I did notice that like because my skin is so oily, it would get like kind of clumpy like really quickly, because when it mixes with the like wet concealer and wet foundation and all the oils that are in my face, it would just like I would have to use a lot of the peach powder. So cutting it with the baby powder really makes a difference for me. So you don't have to do that. It's a weird thing I do. Whatever. So, oh God, in my mouth. I shouldn't talk. So like this is pleasing to me. This is matte. This has shine. But I think I have like the perfect skin routine right now where my makeup is long wearing and I maintain coverage like all day, and I don't ever feel like I'm as oily as I used to be. I used to, like in middle school, I would have my baby powder in like a little powder container, and I would go into the bathrooms like at lunch and just like powder my face because it was already like greasy as fuck. So it was not a fun time, but you know, we learned how to use powder properly. Anyway, now we're going to powder contour. So because we just covered all of our cream contour with translucent powder, I like to kind of accentuate that cream contour again by doing powder contour. So I use the Anastasia, I keep these, I don't know, people don't, but I still have the Anastasia contour kit, which I feel like was the first like big contour kit. I don't know. It's the first one I got and it's the best. I use the Cool Tone shade, Cool Tone contour, remember that? Just right there, basically concentrated in that area to bring that shadow back into my cheekbones. Making sure it's all well blended. Okay. So then we do the nose contour, and I use this little eyeshadow brush. It came with a Urban Decay Naked palette. I hear people have that. Okay. This came with an Urban Decay Naked palette, and so I just go right along the nose. I like to try to get my nose like really snatched, and I also kind of bring it up like under the eyebrow to kind of give that like hollow effect, like you can already see the difference. The reason why I'm filming this is because today is a snow day, and I was already not scheduled to go into work, so no school, no work means extra time for me to do this. I even did a face mask this morning. That's how much time I had. Okay, so now that we've contoured, I like to use a fluffy brush like this. This is just, all my brushes are Morphe. But so I like to mix in between these, the two warm tone shades, kind of tap off the excess, and then just like really lightly like dust it right above my contour. A little on my forehead. So I also kind of like to do this on my nose. I don't know, people do it. It's not weird. So with all the excess, just to make sure everything's well blended, I do kind of just rub it like everywhere. This is different from putting bronzer all over your face though. I'm not changing the color of my skin, I'm just blending the areas where I did put it. And since it's such a fluffy brush, like it's not concentrated, I'm not concentrating all the bronzer in one spot. So I feel like my face looks pretty good right now, but you know, self-conscious about it being on camera. There's gonna be like 3 people that watch this, so I don't know why I'm like even bothered. Okay, this is a blush that I've had for like forever. I think my mom gave it to me. It's an Avon blush. You know, I didn't buy it myself, but the reason I like this is it's in a like loose powder form, and it has like a little bit of shimmer to it. So I like, if I'm going for like a really like glowing skin look, I like to use this blush. So I kind of put it like in the apples on my cheeks and swoop it backwards, like back towards my hairline, just to bring like a little bit of color. Oh yeah, you can see the like the shimmer on camera. It just looks like a little bit glowy. Oh, it's a really important part to really snatch that nose contour. I like to use a flat foundation brush and mix these 2 shades in the contour kit and use this to brighten the under eyes for one, but also go right along the sides of the nose to like bring that contour in. Can you see the difference? Like this is snatched, this is not. I don't know, I can see the difference. And with makeup, that's kind of all that matters. Like, you're doing this for you. I'm doing this for me. I'm filming the video for you because there have been people that ask me for a video, but the makeup itself I do for me because I love it. So to blend out that powder, just kind of tap alongside the contour. Even go like down the bridge of the nose. A little on the chin. So now it's the important part. I use the MAC Fix Plus spray since I've added a lot of powders to my face, a lot of liquid products, and it's all just like sitting on top of each other right now. If you use the MAC Fix Plus spray, this is like a mini one because it was like a little 3-for set of all the different scents. So this is the MAC Fix Plus Rose scent. And I kind of spray this all over my face. Gotta get my fan ready to turn it down. Help it dry quicker. So what MAC Fix Plus spray is basically like magic water. It has some like, you know, I don't even know what the ingredients are, but what it does is like, it makes those powders on your face less powdery. And so it blends the powder into the foundation and just makes it like one flawless, like full coverage base. And I love it. So that's that. So now we're basically done with the face except for highlight. So we're gonna move on to the eyes. So let me see if I can zoom this in. I can't zoom it. It's embarrassing. Okay. So I'm going to use the Fenty eye primer, and I'm just going to kind of like glob some onto my eyelid. So the reason I said that I, you know, used foundation on my eyelids to kind of set a base for it, and I did that so that it matches the rest of my face. But the eye primer is kind of a different deal. Like an eye primer basically makes the eyeshadow more vibrant, and it helps it stick to your eyes better. So I just put like a little bit on, and then I'm gonna use that same little tiny sponge that I use for my concealer to kind of tap it out and make sure there are no creases and that it's evenly applied. So now I'm going to, I don't want to do like a very intense look, but also you know me. So I'm going to use the Morphe 35M Boss Move palette. This is what it looks like. I really love Morphe eyeshadows more than any other eyeshadows. They're just, there's something else. So I'm going to use the purple and mauve shades in this Boss Moves palette. So going into the shade Power Slayer. I say that like any of you give a fuck. But I'm using this dense packer brush and just getting a very minimal amount of that because I don't want fallout to ruin my base. But I'm just gonna pack that in the outer corner. See how the shadow is sticking in that primer? I'm not even getting any fallout. This is why you need eye primer. Okay. Now I'm going to use a similar shape brush. So you can see how they're like similar in shape, but this one is more fluffy than this one is. So I'm going to dip into the mauve shade OTD. Said probably don't care, but I'm going to go around basically the edges of where I put that shade earlier. Blending is the key to everything. And if you don't have like the time to blend your eyeshadows, don't wear eyeshadow. And I'm fucking serious, like, my biggest pet peeve in life is unblended eyeshadow. Like when you see people that put like a dark, like black shimmery shade like up to here and they don't blend the edges at all, that just like, it makes me want to throw up. And I don't mean to sound like a snob or anything, but it's just like, it's like, why'd you do that? Why? There's no point in doing that. it would look better if you wore no eyeshadow at all and just like did mascara, like literally just did mascara. Because that's a look, you know? But like, life's too short to be looking like a hot mess with unblended eyeshadow. And it can take some time. As you can see, I'm still on this eye. But it will be worth it in the end. Okay. Pretty much all blended, looks pretty good. Okay, so that's basically all I'm gonna use of the Morphe palette because the star of the show is gonna be this guy. So this is ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Superfly. So the way I like to apply Super Shock shadows is with my finger. So I'm just gonna swirl it in here a little bit. It's pretty, okay. And I want this like right in the center of my eye. So kind of blending together that purple in the outer corner. That's why I chose purple to go with this eye look, because the Super Shock shadow kind of has like it's blue, but it has like a reflex of purple. Is that what you call it? I'm not going all the way to the inner corner because I kind of want to keep that like a shimmery highlight shade that I will show you in a second. So kind of tapping it all the way to the outer corner just to get it blended with the purple. This is a look, folks. This is a look. So now that that is applied, I'm going to wipe my finger off just to get all that excess Superfly shade off. So now we're going to use another ColourPop Super Shock shadow. This is in the shade Falling Up. I think it was from their holiday collection. And this is what I'm going to put in the inner corner. Ooh, that was a lot. Look at that, bitch. So now, gotta make sure that's good. Satisfied. Okay. Now we're going to do the under eye. So I'm going to use this Morphe M408, the brush name I actually know. This brush is like, it's kind of like flat, very dense, and it's good for applying shades to that right under eye region. So I'm gonna go back in with that purple shade that I used earlier and go right under my bottom lashes. Next, I'm going to use this small blending brush, which as you can see is really dirty, but it's got pink on it, and we're gonna use a mauve, so you know, like close enough. I'm gonna go back in with the mauve shade that I used up here and blend out the purple down here. I'm sorry if I'm off camera during this. Like, I'm trying to see my mirror. This is up here, my mirror's down here. And this I'm gonna go all the way. Just get it like nice and blended. Cool. Very specific way that I like to do my eyebrows. And I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyebrow brush, and okay, and I first comb out the brows with the spoolie end. I've been really into the like fluffy, natural looking brow. So I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. So I take a little bit on the brush side and I put it in the lid and kind of like move it back and forth to cover kind of both sides of that brush, and it makes the brush really sharp. Like I want it really sharp because I want to do hair-like strokes in my brow. Okay, so I just went ahead and did that brow off camera just because I need to get really close to the mirror to see what I'm doing. But basically, once you get like the brush dipped in and it's really sharp, then you can just kind of flick through and do hair strokes. So I did that all the way through, and then at the top I flick downwards, and so then I make that arch shape that you want, and then just bring it out at the tail to make like a fine point. So there's that. Now I'm gonna do the other one also off camera. Okay, I think that's pretty much as good as it gets for that brow. Remember, brows are sisters, not twins. I guess I could make this one match the other one a little bit more. I'm gonna fuck it up. It's fine, we're done. Okay, but there's more. So in addition to using the Dip Brow Pomade by Anastasia, I use this NYX eyebrow gel. It's in the shade Black. So it adds some dimension, obviously, since I just put a brown in. If I do like a few flicks of this, it just kind of makes it, again, like more natural looking, more like actual hair. Because I do have, you know, I have like decent brows, but they could be better. And this, like that, see those two small dots? That's all I'm putting in there because that's all you need. This stuff goes a long way because it's very liquidy. So, I'm gonna do it off camera again. Okay. Now, we are almost done with the brows. So next, I like to use this Milk Makeup Kush Fiber Brow Gel. And so since it's like a fiber brow gel, it really, you know, makes your hairs like longer, like fuller, because I'm just really into that bushy brow. I don't know. Okay, we're done with brows. They look like a lot, I know. I'm gonna put eyelashes on, and that will hopefully make them look like less of a lot. I swear they look better in person than they do on camera. So next we're gonna do highlighter. So I'm going to use this Morphe collaboration with Bretman Rock, bitch. If you watch Bretman Rock's videos, you get what I'm saying, or whatever. So I'm going to use this Morphe M510 little fluffy brush, and I'm going to go into these two shades. Oh, they're on here. Baby Girl and Vacation. I'm just gonna mix them together. Put them right on the cheekbones. So do a little bit on my chin. And then that same brush that we used as the nose contour, flip it upside down and you have the perfect nose highlight. So I'm going to use the same shades and just do a dot right here on my nose. Kind of tap it out a little bit. And then for my nose highlight, I like to do kind of like an exclamation mark. So the dot on the end and then right here. Leaving a little bit of space in between, and we're gonna blend it out in a second. Just right there. And a little bit on the Cupid's bow. And also get that inner corner highlight. Now, without any more product on the brush, I'm just kind of rubbing it all over my face, which you might think is doing the most, and it is, but you know, it just gives you that nice, like, glowing from within kind of look. I'm going to go ahead and do setting spray now before I do lips and my mascara, because if you do setting spray after mascara, then you end up with like clumps down here. Wow, see, when I back up, that looks bad. When I get close, Bitch, I should have been filming the whole video like this. I guess it's better if your makeup looks better up close than it does from afar. But anyway, I'm using the NYX Matte Finish Mini Matte Finny Matte. I don't know what that means, but I'm almost out of it, so just gonna use it. Use my fan. Using the CoverGirl Total Tease mascara. I don't really like it all that much, but I was using Better Than Sex before and just wanted a cheaper option and to try something else. So since I wear fake eyelashes almost every day, it really doesn't matter what kind of mascara I use, because the fake lashes are the star of the show. But I'll find a better mascara soon. Okay, I'm gonna give those lashes, like the mascara, some time to dry. So I'm gonna go in with my lips. So I'm going to use the Kylie Cosmetics lip liner in shade Ice Latte. And I'm gonna line my lips. I overline my lips a little bit, like right at the top. And I'm gonna do it off camera so I can concentrate and really get in there, but I'll show you what I mean in a second. Okay, so these are my lips lined. You can see that they look a little crazy, but I did overdraw my lips a little bit at the top. I don't know if you can tell, really not that much. Yeah, they look wild right now, but we're gonna blend it out with a lipstick. I really like Kylie Cosmetics lip liners. That's what I like pretty much the most from her makeup collection. I haven't tried any of the eyeshadows or any of the face products. Really, yeah, just lipsticks. But I think her matte lipsticks are a little too matte, if you know what I mean. Like they dry down a little bit, and especially Mary Jo K, I have that one, and it makes my lips so dry, it physically hurts. So, but the lip liners are amazing. So I would highly recommend getting Kylie Cosmetics lip liners if you want like a lip liner that's really creamy and easy to put on. I do recommend using a lip liner with your lipsticks. Like, it keeps everything like inside the lines. It helps create that shape that you want, that structure. I just put on lipstick now. So I'm using the NYX Lip Lingerie in shade Satin Ribbon. So I do like a lip liner that's like a little bit darker than the lipstick that I'm putting on, as you can see, because if you put like a darker lip liner on, or if it's dark around the edges, it kind of gives that ombre effect and it makes your lips look fuller. So see, I took the lipstick all the way to the edges to blend it in with that lip liner, but you can still see that the edges of my lips are darker than the center. Another thing is I went with a nude lip today because I knew I was gonna have like kind of crazy eye makeup, so I like to balance it out. So if I have more going on with the eyes, then I do like a more muted lip look. So okay, they're drying down. They're still a little bit wet, but it's fine. So I'm going to use my tweezers, and I'm gonna have to do this off camera, one, because I might mess up, and two, because I need to really focus on my mirror. But basically I put the tweezers down like in the very center, hold it for like 10 seconds, then move, do the inner corner, hold that for like 10 seconds, and then do the outer corner, hold that for like 10 seconds. And then they should pretty much be where I want them to be. Okay, so the lashes are on. I think they look pretty good. I'm just gonna try to fix my hair so I look like a normal girl. It's not brushed. It'd be messy, but I do think I want to add just a little bit of lip gloss to the center of my lips. adding a little bit of lip gloss like to the center of your lips make them look fuller, and that's what I was going for. So this is the finished look. You want some like narcissistic glamour shots? I can give them to you. This is my good side. Okay, if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you for watching. Thank you for entertaining me. Like this video, I guess. Share it. Make sure other people like it. I don't know if I'll post another video. I assume I will sometime in the future. I don't know when I'm gonna have time to film. If there's anything that like, if there's anything that someone specifically wants to see, let me know. Also, if you have any tips on like how I could improve making this video, because it's really hard. Turns out it's really hard to make a YouTube video, so trying my best. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.